And I said, hey, unless you're out and about with the goddamn Dave Matthews Band, you better get your ass home, because shit's about to go down at Ma and Pa's house.
Welcome to This Is Not Happening. I'm your host, Roy Wood Jr. Hey, there you go, boys. Drink up. Nobody's gonna remember what the hell's happening tonight. That dude's trying to get my couch pregnant. He peeing out the window. Dude, come on, man. John Legend bought me that piano. Who brought a ball pit? You know him from his 1-hour special on Hulu, Ugly and Angry. Chris Porter, everybody.
Put my dad through a lot of shit, and this story is about that. I never put him through much as a kid, but as an adult, when I come home, where I haven't lived for 12 years, it's a bit of an event, and we like to party. And sometimes my dad gets caught up in the crossfire. Through a bunch of weird experiences, I become friends with Justin Verlander, who's a pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, he's not here. The Tigers were in town playing the Royals, and they had a night off. So Justin and I went out for some drinks. While we were out, he said, hey man, I think I know that girl over there. I think she's an actress. I'm pretty sure my girlfriend and I saw her in a movie last month. I should go get my picture taken with her. Sent it to my girlfriend. I said, hey man, we're in Kansas City. No fucking way that chick's an actress. He said, nah man. He calls the waiter over. He said, who's the chick over there? He goes, man, I don't know who the chick is, but everyone at that table's with Mumford Sons. They're here playing the arena tomorrow night, and they're here having dinner. Justin says, well, send them a bottle on us, meaning him, right? I'm not paying for that shit, okay? A, not a huge Mumford Sons fan. B, when I hang out with super rich people, I don't pay for shit, okay? Sorry, you fly private, you're buying my shit, right? If he pays for my shit, it doesn't even show up on his register. If I pay for my shit, I can't buy shoes next month, and I'm gonna be pissed. So he sends them a bottle. They come over to say thank you. Turns out it's not Mumford Sons. It's just Sons. All right? I don't know where Mumford was, but he wasn't there. I assume he was back at the hotel writing a song that at some point goes, huh? So Sons come over, start talking to the Detroit Tigers. I'm not really involved, so I kind of tune it out. When I come back into focus, Ampersand Sons are talking shit to the Detroit Tigers about beer pong. Like they're like, hey, we'll whoop your ass at some beer pong. And the Detroit Tigers are like, we get paid very handsomely to put balls places. Fucking bring it. So I said, hey fellas, my parents live about 8 minutes from here. We could settle this. And I said that because I know full well that both Sons and the Detroit Tigers have a complete floor at both of their hotels where they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So there's no reason to come to my parents' house. It was complete fake hospitality. Until they turned around and said, fuck yeah, let's go to your parents' house and play beer pong. Oh, shit! It's 1:30 on a Sunday night, technically Monday morning. My parents aren't gypsies, all right? They got real jobs with real responsibilities that start in about 4 hours. But I also can't look at these dudes and be like, you guys, my parents. So I just said, fuck it, let's roll the dice, see what happens. So we start leaving. About the time we're heading out, my sister texts me and says, hey, I'm out and about. If you get home before I do, will you walk my dog? And I said, hey, unless you're out and about with the goddamn Dave Matthews Band, you better get your ass home, because shit's about to go down at Ma and Pa's house. So we roll into my parents' house like 12 deep and start throwing beer pong, and shit got weird. Like weirder than I've already described. Like my sister, who's 30, ended up in her prom dress. Like, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. God bless her for still being able to fit in it, but also, the fuck, right? So, at one point in the evening, I decided I needed to step out and smoke some weed. And sons come with me. But since it was the middle of the season, the Detroit Tigers could not partake, so they had to pretend like it was the playoffs and watch. So we come back in from smoking weed. My dad's downstairs and he's pissed. Apparently, while we were outside, we'd gotten a little loud, woken Mom and Dad up. So I walk inside, and Dad's like, the fuck's going on? I said, hey, Dad, that's Ann Sons of Mumford and Sons, and this is half the Detroit Tigers bullpen, and we're playing beer pong. And it was in this moment that I realized that my dad was not incredibly sure if he was actually awake. You gotta look at it from a dad's point of view. He walks downstairs in the middle of the night, sees a bunch of weird dudes that he kind of recognizes, and my sister's in her prom dress. Right? Shit's weird. Dad's obviously befuddled. He's just is that fucking Justin Verlander? Yes, sir, it is. And he just went, whatever. And he just went back upstairs. And that was the last we saw of him. Whole next day, I'm freaking out. He's at work. I obviously slept in. My parents have done a lot for me over time. I can't be fucking up like this, so I gotta make amends. So I'm like, I'm gonna take him out to dinner. I'm gonna buy him drinks. I'm gonna do good by him. But then Dad walks in the door like he's had the greatest day of his goddamn life. He walks in like, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Pitsoo! All right. I looked like, what the hell happened to you today? I said, I fucking hated you this morning. I woke up on 4 hours sleep and I cursed your name all the way to work. But then I got to work and we had our morning meeting. And everyone started asking me why I looked so tired and exhausted. And I started bitching about my kids bringing home Detroit Tigers and Mumford Sons and playing beer pong all night. And now I'm the coolest motherfucker in the office. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Good sport, everybody.